This video is sponsored by True Gold Republic, the precious metals experts. Talk to one of their experts today about diversifying your portfolio to help assure your future financial security. Find their contact information in the description below and pinned in our first comment. God bless True Gold Republic, folks. I've told y'all many times that all of my retirement and everything going to my daughter has been put in precious metals and other commodities because the paper that we hand around to each other is just that, paper, period. Get yourself some precious metals, especially in your retirement account, because they're going to be doing nothing but going up as these economies fall apart, which is going to happen. All right, James Kaufman, World News Report today. Let's play our song, shall we? Hey, Wayne Gavin. I paid so much for that, I got to get the first note out of it at least, right? How's everyone doing tonight? I'm running a couple different computers tonight, so if there's any feedback, y'all let me know. My mic is awful sensitive, and there's another computer running right to the right of it. Usually don't run that, but we're on VPN and watching scripts tonight. How's everyone doing? Well, did you just join, Silver, or did Donna buy that for you? Diane Gavin, good to see you. Well, listen, I identify as a woman, and the statute actually was changed. Remember, all the Republicans voted for it. All the Democrats voted it down. I identify now as a woman, although I'm 56 years old, so it hardly matters. But anyone should tell them that they identify as a woman, and then they're going to get caught up in their own crap over the DOD. Your statute says males between 18 and 26, but ladies and gentlemen, there'll be no draft, and I know I'm always first. I just saw that Zero Hedge just reported the article. I think they're cutting edge. They just reported the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act for 2025, which includes draft language for our boys 18 to 26. If y'all think we're going to go to war and there's going to be like people fighting in trenches, that's not what kind of war this is going to be anymore. This is going to be a straight out, well, the elite are going to go get in their bunkers where they have all, y'all thought there was a diesel shortage. No, that was all the elite saving diesel for all their underground caverns. You know, the only country that seems to care about their people is Russia, who has built enough underground bunkers, nuclear bunkers, for all of their people. China could care less about their people. Of course, the U.S. loves their people, right? They'll take care of themselves, right? For sure. But it's going to be a quick war. Quick. Remember, we have 2 nuclear subs at Guantanamo Bay. Now, I still can't figure out why we have Guantanamo Bay there on Cuba when we're supposed to be Cuba's worst friend, and we were just able to start buying cigars from them again. Why is our biggest military prison down there in Cuba then? We have both one U.S. nuclear submarine with CBMs and one Canadian submarine on the opposite side of Cuba. And then in Havana, we have docked several destroyers with hypersonic nuclear missile capabilities. I'm sure they're armed. And now they've docked several nuclear submarines. And they have all of those things that I taught you about, the nuclear bombs that create tsunamis. And let me tell you, it's not going to be a real long war if there is war. And Putin did threaten all of us today, especially America, The G7 idiots is what they are. They voted to take the $50 billion from Putin and his oligarchs that they had in an escrow fund, still collecting interest for him. I was hoping he was going to get it back because they took his boat too. They took his yacht. They took all of his friends' yachts. Let me tell you what. I'm surprised these people are still walking around. Because there's a lot of people in the U.S. right now that are walking around that are looking for them and shouldn't be in the U.S. And it's their own fault. These congressmen should be shaking in their boots. Instead, they're voting to draft your children to war. Draft your children to war. Talk about Tiffany Hart, man. I identify as a woman. If they try to drive, I'm 56. They're not going to drive me, but what if they try to drive Caitlyn? She's 13, right? It'll be over my dead body that she goes to war. Again, this is not going to be a real long war. We have about 2 or 3 minutes until the first 12 nuclear missiles with 18 nuclear warheads each. Now, y'all have to, if y'all have seen pictures of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that was called an atom bomb. That's when we split an atom. Now we're splitting the nucleus of an atom, and it's 100 times stronger. Plus, each nuclear warhead has 18 nuclear warheads inside of it that go in all different directions. Y'all, you know what? Even though Russia's defense budget is less than 1/10 of the US's, no one's stealing from their budget, or they would be, well, taken care of for sure, right? No one's stealing a dime from their defense budget. Theirs is $74 million, I think, last look. Ours is this year it's going to be $2.7 billion to the Department of Defense. And remember, that doesn't even include all the stuff they contract out up and above that. Although the DOD contracts out all their work, they must not do anything all day, like the rest of the bureaucrats. I liked Waswami saying, hey, close these agencies down one after another. That's all we've got, right? Well, our elite and our Congress, they believe that they're going to be safe. They just don't realize what kind of hell safe is going to be like. After a nuclear war, they can come out of their bunkers within 2 weeks without protective clothing. But there'll be no planting any kind of vegetables, although they have gardens in their domes, deep underground bases, and they have all the diesel fuel and ventilation they think they need. But a lot of those domes are going to be their graves. Their graves. I think you can read that in your Bible. They'll be buried in the caves they hide in. Right? So that's where we're headed with this deal, as usual. Can you believe that G7, the goofy 7, Macron's lost his position. He's going to have to move in with Trudeau soon. They are dating still, aren't they? Does anyone know? All right. We're going to get with the program tonight. James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is June 15th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. I had one of these new jackasses from New Jersey, always from New Jersey, throw their Chick-fil-A garbage in my garbage can without a garbage can thing in there. And first thing I thought of, you stupid mofo, you put your name, you gave Chick-fil-A your name. So I put a big poster out today in front of my condo. I said, Gabriel, come get your trash out of my garbage can right now, or you'll wish you had. Well, the note's gone and the garbage is gone. His name's Gabriel. And, I was going to go even further, of course. It's funny as shit. I looked in there. I wasn't going to touch shit. There's his name, Gabriel, sitting right there. One of these new people that want to move to Texas because they voted the wrong way and ruined their own states. Yes, you can name them all. All the blue states want to move here and try to ruin it too. Their mentality, you know what their mentality is? They're just morons. They're not bright people. It's like they don't have real schools up there. And I see the kind of, education they're getting up there, which is nothing compared to what the children down here are getting. Nothing. So anyway, Gabriel is now on my hit list. And I don't know, you know what? I was going to call the management, see if he's a kid, see if he's a adult, see who the hell he was, but he took the note down. I put it up there with a fucking knife on the front of my condo right by the deal, and cheap knife because I knew they'd steal it. $2 knife. Put it up there with a knife on it. And it said, Gable, get your fucking trash out of my trash can, or you wish you had. And guess what? There's no trash in my trash can anymore. And the note and the knife is gone. Never bring a knife to a gunfight, Gabriel. That's what I should put out next. Teaching those little assholes. What's up, Eagle Scout? Tiffany, what's his name? First Hawk Feather 54. Eagle Scout. Woohoo! Alright, so we are live. We're just getting into it. We're going to start this show. Again, James Kaufman, World News Report today. June 15th, 2024. It's about 9:45 p.m. Central here in the U.S. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Y'all, tell me how many volcanoes y'all see here on this map erupting. And this is not according to me. This is according to volcanodiscovery.denmark. Denmark. All right, so we'll go ahead and go over this. I'm going to do some counting. Y'all do some guessing. Put your guesses in the chat. Tonight there'll be no giveaway, but when this other backup channel, World News Report, hits 16,000, they keep taking them away from that channel too, and this one, although they can't stop either one of them. We always get like 130 new members, and for some reason 100 people drop off. You know why? Because they're taking them off. How many of y'all have been unsubscribed, or haven't been able to hit the like button, or the list goes on and on and on? Ever gotten a notification? Yes, that's called fear. And you know what? It's funny when you see these parades, these non-heterosexuals for Gaza. Well, Hamas and Gaza, the Palestinians came out and told you what they would do with you if they got a hold of you. And you're out fighting for them with their garb on? Talk about really, really dumb. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to, and we see nothing happening in Hawaii still, which is kind of a freak show here. Hawaii's going to be right here. I'm going to count these. You guys get 50, 35. I'm going to guess, can I guess? I'll guess 55. This is a total guess. Did I mess up? I'm running a couple computers. Let me know if there's anything like disturbing the microphone, because I've got another computer on next to it. I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm watching the back end too. All the scripts. All right. I'm saying 55. Has that been taken yet? I see a 54 or 53. I'm going to say 55. I'm going to get to counting. Y'all count with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's going to be low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. My apologies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 27. 8, 9, 10, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 59. Hey, Miss Teresa. Is Francis here? I love when Francis is here. I have Top Chat on. Let me get that right. If Francesa, she'd get mad at me. 59, guys. All right, did anyone get that? You never know when I'm going to send out a gift. When we do hit 100,000 on this, 2 gold bars, 2 silver bars, and 1 high-end EDC carry and some EDC equipment. And on the other one, when we hit 16,000, we're going to do a couple silver bars and a lot of EDC equipment. We were up to 15.5, but they brought us down to like 15.09. Like 40 people just decided to quit yesterday. Of course, you know I don't believe any of that, right? You know better, right? All right. Hey, I'm going to hit y'all up early. The person that bought our coffee last night was Dr. Joey, and he came in hard. There's DJ there. He came in hard, really, as he always does. Great, great person. And Dr. Joey, me and Teresa have discussed it in depth before. A savior to many. And he came in hard and helped the channel out in dire times with several cups of coffee. I want to shout out to Dr. Joey and just say thank you. Appreciate you, man. Missed you. Hopefully you'll call in tonight. All right, so everyone knows the Canadian government does not work on Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Most of the time, they don't start working until late Tuesday or Wednesday, and they're out by Thursday at noon. Do y'all know that in most European countries, including Greece, France, they have about a 22-hour work week? We have about an 80-hour work week here, okay? 80 hours. Because we're trying to feed all these people living off the government, i.e. the congressmen and the bureaucrats and their pensions. And all these government agencies, the biggest employer in the world is our government. If our forefathers could have foreseen this, which they did, they put all the right stuff together just in case this could have happened, and it did. And now they just don't even look at it, don't even pretend like it's the superior law of our nation. So look, the last big quake was not today because it's not in red, and it was a 4.6 up there, and it's volcanic related. We're up there where we're having a bunch of fires. How's everyone doing tonight? All right. Hey, crazy. Yes, I'm 56. I work between this job and my other 2 things that I work on. I work 15 to 18 hours a day. I sleep. I eat 1 meal. Of course, I shower every day and use the restroom, but just once. I used to have a life that was, well, even though I still worked 15 to 18 hours a day, when you're making millions of dollars a year, it's different. When you're spending all your savings, like now, trying to keep up with this inflation, all this crap, they're trying to break everyone in America, if y'all haven't figured it out by now. And now they want to send our children to war. Put a gun in all their hands. Everyone that voted yes, put a gun in all their hands and push them out of the C5 with their parachutes on, right into Ukraine, right where they need to be. It'll be perfect. Can y'all believe that only 3 Republicans broke ranks, and all the Democrats voted against their draft? Magnitude 5.4 here on South Sandwich, USGS main source. The European Seismic Center, same. A 5.6 coming out of Germany. So, hard to say there. We've been seeing a lot of action down here. A 5.5, really the South Atlantic, Antarctic, Indian Ridge here. A 5.5, the EMS of 5.5 as well. Main source USGS. Down here south of Zealandia, a 6.0. I did not know this. Look how shallow that 6.0 is. I actually would have done a video on this, but I don't think it showed up as a 6.0. That's my threshold. Kind of like I don't do rocks like Bigley does that are flying 10 times the lunar distance away. Now, between 10 and 11 tonight, we could be hit by at least a city killer or county killer somewhere. Hopefully you'll watch my video today. It's going to happen between 10 and 11 tonight. They call it the 16th, and it technically is. It became the 16th UTC time at 7 p.m. Central, and I guess that was 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. If that helps anyone with UTC. So, inbound. We're going to do this quick because we have another live to come back and do. Oh, this scares the holy hoobie out of me. All right, we're going to start over here. This is probably going to be a salt mine up here. This is all fracking right here. I've got one of my cousins running the show out there. I own overrides almost all the shit out there, but you know what? Biden's screwing up everything. We're not even allowed to sell liquefied natural gas to Western Europe, which would make Russia helpless. He doesn't want to make Russia helpless, or he wouldn't have drawn that executive order up, period. All right, Central America from Mexico City down, we have volcanoes erupting. This is south of Mexico City. Mexico City is in a valley. I used to live in Mexico City. I lived on the old road to Cuernavaca, up near Cuernavaca. I know y'all don't know where that is. It doesn't matter. I saw at least 10 silver ships. I'm not kidding. I sound like I'm drinking. I will be soon, but hey, 10 silver ships while I was going down that long road fly into that volcano right there. You can see all the magma moving around. All these volcanoes erupting in Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, etc. I'm about to show y'all PM 2.5 deadly levels. Everyone I know in Dallas, Houston, Louisiana, Mississippi, they all think they're sick. You know what they're sick of? PM 2.5, as you'll soon see. All these volcanoes are erupting in full eruption here. Fuego volcano. Popocatépetl. There's several here. We'll zoom in a little bit more here. This one's in minor eruption. All of these are back to minor eruption. 2 in major eruption here. Another one here. Now, as y'all can see, these 2 will never awaken. I've given you that opinion for years. a little bit of action in Venezuela, but very little. A lot of action between Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, which is the right side of the Haiti. You know how tough Dominican Republic is? No one in Haiti that's screwed up. It's the same island, two nations. They ain't going over the border, trust me, okay? It's still safe to go to the Dominican Republic if you know the right place to go, but it's safer to go to the Virgin Islands or the Outer Aleutian Islands, etc. Look at all the magma incursion in Colombia and look at all the volcanoes awakening. Everything in yellow is awakening. Everything in red is in full eruption. Everything in orange is in minor eruption, right? Got something on the Peruvian, it's a South American Pacific Plate boundary. And this is called the Peruvian-Chilean wedge. Believe it or not, Argentina has no property, although they do own a lot of this volcanic park here with over 26,000 active volcanoes. I thought this thing was going to light up. Now, we are seeing a lot more earthquake activity in the area, but really, it's not lit up like I thought it would. You know, I'm going to shoot straight with you guys no matter what. That's what I do. I thought it would light up much faster and quicker. I guess, as Tiffany told me last night after the show, when they go, they're all going to go at once. This one's awakening, full eruption here. The biggest earthquake, as far as magnitude, not death, the biggest death earthquake was the man-made one in Haiti, Clinton initiative, right? This is where the biggest earthquake happened in the world right here. I did a report on it, but I think they made me take it down. Right here on the South American Pacific boundary and where this other boundary comes through, because this is about, several miles offshore, the tsunami, I think it was a 9.7. I did the top 10 earthquakes in the world. We probably can show them to y'all, but this was the biggest one. Second deadliest, but by far, magnitude-wise, the largest. The tsunami killed an entire city of people. All right, let's see what else we've got. Mike Johnson. Guys, I want to get over on Rumble once a week and just go nuts and tell y'all everything I know. Probably puts my daughter's life on the line, but I've had enough of these JACKASS's. Does AI spell? All right, Iceland. We've got hurricanes that took out the largest geothermal unit in the world, erupting again. There's about 50 volcanoes just on Iceland alone that are active, that have erupted in the last 10,000 years, which is a spot of time here on Earth. If the Earth's 4 billion years old, you can see that the Straits of Gibraltar are active. The Azure Islands, nothing. Palma, nothing. Although Cape Verde, we see one volcano awakening. Now, this looks pretty good, actually. Not very bad. We have one full eruption behind the yellow, and then one minor eruption, the yellow, red behind there. And then we have another awakening volcano here and around the Aegean Sea, where I believe the big quake in the Bible that talks about the army surrounding Israel will occur. This is the plate boundary. Notice how it's almost formed in 1 year. I never thought that could happen. I thought it would take thousands of years for a plate this long to form. But in 1 year, 90% of this plate's formed, and most of the pressure now has moved right where it's supposed to, biblically, if I said that correctly. Can y'all believe that formed in 1 year, except for the couple pieces of black there? All the reds are 100% formed, and there's really no earthquakes. So you can say, hey, man, it formed. It formed. Now, this is where it gets scary. There's actually two, one behind another here in Congo, another one here in Tanzania off the coast. This is a volcanic range. You can see it coming around here very easily. Madagascar is on fire right now, most of it. Most of the Congo's on fire here. Tanzania is on fire here. We're going to see that all in a second. This is what scares me, not this. The 3.0 in India, very hard to explain that. I cannot explain it, and trust me, I've been doing this way too long. All right, this is the biggest caldera on Earth. It's called the XINJIANG caldera, right? Not Yellowstone or not Wawa Springs. And look at the magma moving around under it with all these decent sized 4.0. And these reports are coming out of Kazakhstan and China. They could be a lot stronger than they're saying they are. I know a lot of you guys don't know this, but even China has agreements with Russia, with Australia, with countries in Africa, even with countries in South America and the United States. If this goes off, they're going to have billions, not millions or tens of millions, not hundreds of millions. You know, China has 3.3 billion people, and India has 3.4 billion people in this little bitty area right here. We got to get these people to stop reproducing. What the is wrong with them, right? So what has saved India all these times is the what? Himalayan mountains, right? What formed Burma, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia? Well, the magma flow here. And what did China do? China took the last magma flow, you can see here, and that's their hard boundary. Everything else is a dotted boundary, a province of China. They took the last explosion out of the biggest caldera on Earth, second biggest in our solar system. The largest caldera we found is on Mars, which is an active volcanic planet. No matter what they tell you, I can prove it. I already did. They probably took it down. These quakes in India are just very hard to explain. I'm not going to lie to you here. 3.1 miles, looks like a fracking quake. I can't explain those to you. We don't know of any volcanic activity. Let me turn on all the volcanoes here, just for the heck of it. There's just nothing there. We got an old volcano right here, and nothing else. I just don't get it. I've been watching this a long time not to get it. All right, so that was all formed, that whole peninsula and all those new countries, by the last explosion. And into Indonesia, all these are in full eruption in red, in minor eruption orange, full, awakening, full, minor, a lot of magma moving around here. And then we get over to the Philippines. It's really hitting hard in the Philippines, right? You know what? I like Indian food personally, if that's the question. That's all I see there. I'm kidding, First Talk Feathers. Is that Eagle Scout or whatever his name is, Tiff? Should we go to his channel and see? Sky, you had 2 extra tickets to what? I'm going to go up and look. Vodka, yum. Of course, I'm having some vodka. About to make one right now. Trump mean tweeted, I guess that's right. Tickets to what? I don't even see this guy thing. How far do I have to go up? Steve Miller Band. I've been to Steve Miller live before. Is he still playing concerts? That's awesome. I've actually been to his show. Many moons ago, 20, 30 years ago. But damn, is he still playing? That's amazing. The Philippines is just going off here. A lot of awakening volcanoes. And then all my guys, they all pretend like they're evacuating to New Zealand. And this is Zealandia rising here. It's a continent that's rising. New Zealand actually tried to pull out of the United Nations and only return if they granted all this area to them as their continental shelf. Which, of course, everything here is Australia's continental shelf, but it's a continent. New Zealand is not a continent. And New Caledonia is, maybe not within that. Actually, the continent is huge. I can show y'all pictures of people that have a lot more knowledge than me and you. And this is what's rising out of the sea, all the way from Fiji and Tonga here. Remember the rods of God that I did a video on, they took down? Rods of God, and then we see, and remember, they're only showing us volcanoes erupting that are above sea level, when 71% of the earth is ocean. 71% of the earth's ocean. So you can see all the volcanoes. If we go offshore here, just lines of volcanoes here. Why do all these lines come to one point here? Do you know what I was told that these lines are? Look, Kilauea and Mauna Loa are not erupting. Goes all the way up to the Russian Peninsula. But of course, right, where we have, I believe, 5, excuse me. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3 major eruptions, 1 a minor eruption. I thought there was another one behind that. But that line goes right into Hawaii there. And it looks like we have Kilauea awakening. A lot of magma movement under Kilauea. Now, most of the people, this worries me. This worries me. All the action here worries me. All the folks that watch me realize that every bump underwater is a volcano, right? Volcanic ridge, volcanic ridge, volcanic ridge. These jackasses haven't even gotten the rods out of Fukushima yet. Instead, they continue to pour millions of gallons onto the rods every day. That's going to say Fukushima. They've closed the city down, the plant down, the city down, the province down, and they're using the northern province, and they're driving around on the far west coast over here on a highway, and they've totally shut the whole thing down. In the meantime, they built 3 more nuclear power plants on this little island right here, which is right where this big plate boundary meets. The most pressure on any plates is right here, according to everyone. Everyone. I'm talking about USGS, ESA, doesn't matter. There's no connection here, no connection here. As y'all can see, this is, believe it or not, the North American plate. It's the Pacific plate. This is the Euro-Asia plate, and this is the Indonesian plate, excuse me. And hey, they can't, it's 2011 is when the earthquake happened on this fault out here, and the tsunami took out the $10 billion Fukushima nuclear plant built by TEPCO, a U.S. company, of course, right? TEPCO. Guess they have $3 trillion in trying to save it, and they've gotten nowhere fast. A lot of people that have perished, a lot of robots that have frozen up near where the rods are continuing to sink towards the center of the earth. I don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen. They continue to pour salt water, our salt water, down there. They open up their own nuclear foundation, gave themselves permission to pour 1 million gallons a day, this is about 6 months ago, into the Pacific. Now, guys, I'm going to show y'all. This was long ago. this was long ago, right? And you're getting some sort of, this is 2011, all this crap. You're getting some feel for it here, but it was already going around the tip of South America. It was already going around into all the oceans, right? All the oceans. And again, this was 13 years ago. Now they're actually pouring radiation into the sea. You want to see an article on it? I can prove it. They built 3 more nuclear power plants this year and opened them up. I thought Japanese people were smart. I really, really did. It's like they're the stupidest ones in the world. Guess what? 5 more nuclear power plants just opened up. Right? 5 more. Unbelievable. In between Hong Kong and, well, Shanghai's right here. Or Shanghai. 5 more here on the continental shelf, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. These people are, if y'all think that nuclear power is clean power, I would vote for coal. Like Germany. Germany shut all their wind farms down, shut all their solar farms down. They're using coal solely, right? Coal or hydrocarbons. All these people that think they're virtue saving with these electric cars, 86% of electricity is created through burning coal and other hydrocarbons. Your electricity you're charging your stupid car with has to be created through burning coal. If you don't get it, you just will never get it, right? Now, there's that one family in a trillion that has solar roofs on their panel, on their roof, and one of these big chargers in their garage, and their electric bills like $7 trillion a month. Trust me, I have a friend with 2 of them. He told me how it's going to go to 0, and all it did was go up. His electric bill went up with the solar panels on the roof. It's a big scamola. I said, well, what happens if it hails, you jackass? What happens if it hails? That's what I asked him. He said, huh? Hail? I said, yeah, it hails here every year. What are you going to do? When they come for you, bad boys. What you say, Chile? I was told can blow up. Solar, guys, is the stupidest invention next to wind that there ever has been, okay? We saw a $1 billion solar plant taken out in the central plains of the U.S. You know how often hailstorms have been about with the weather the way it is? This week we're looking, if y'all watch my earthquake or my hurricane update I just did, we're going to be looking at the worst tornadoes we've seen so far this year on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is what it looks like to me. And how many times I've been wrong? 0. That's how many. 0. Remember, they used to call me always right, and they didn't do it because they were happy about it. All right, Mount Spur and Mount Hayes. Mount Hayes, Pat Price, right, the remote viewer, killed 3 days after handing his after 21 years working for the CIA. He said, Mom, they're going to get me because I handed in something saying that the aliens were working with the Marines. Look, they're forcing down updates on my computer, those silly bitches. I turned on one of my brand new computers here, and I am pissed. Microsoft, I already sued them. I got a free computer and $5,000. Who can beat Microsoft equipment? Me. I did. I beat Kenmore, BMW of America, my homeowners association. They went to hide after I was through with them. They went to hide. They'll never go to court again. You got to know what you're dealing with. Let's just say, never have lost one, never plan on losing one. And, hey, I am no longer practicing anything except for YouTube. All right, let's get in there and take a look at Geyser's geothermal unit, guys. We're going to go ahead and include these two up here because this is all on the Clear Lake volcanic ridge. It circles Clear Lake, which is the central lake, just like Lake Tahoe is the central lake here on the Sierra Nevada volcanic range. They said, no, James, that's not a volcano. Well, a lot of methane bubbles come to the surface and sink ships or boats every day. So this produces so much energy. It's like damming the Colorado River 19 times. It used to be the second biggest geothermal plant in the world, behind the one in Iceland. That one was melted by the several eruptions of Reykjanes. I'm guessing Cobb's going to erupt too. What they do is they drill into very shallow magma, and they allow the steam to come up and turn the turbine, and it's set up like a jet, where they compress the steam and then expand it to create energy. Now they have 19 drill holes into Mount Cobb here. I got a question for you guys, and we won't include these. We will include these because this is all Clear Lake volcanic range surrounding Clear Lake. That's the city of Clear Lake there. 2 numbers from you guys. 2 numbers. That's all I want. 2 numbers. 2 numbers. I want how many earthquakes y'all think occurred today in the last 24 hours, and how much money it would take for you to work there, knowing every hour, every 20 minutes, I've seen 90 earthquakes in a day. Every 20 minutes, you're going to get hit. And I've seen a 5.8 hit Cobb Mountain just this week or last week. So, Teresa, there's got to be a number for you. $10 trillion? I want to know if First Hawk Feather is Jerome. I hope it is. I hope it's not Eagle Scout. I'm going to guess, and this is total, I haven't zoomed in. I'm not going to give anyone a zoom in. I'm going to totally guess, what's 40 a kaput? 25 to 40 a kaput. It's Francis. Is she hiding out? She doesn't want to. All right, I understand. It's James's channel. You have to take care of your son and stuff. You know, I expose everyone, so just being here is a white hat, means you're a white hat. So I'm going to guess pretty heavy here. Pre-Father's Day. So I get to be taken to lunch tomorrow as well by my wonderful daughter. And heck, I guess some of my child support is going to pay for it, right? Because they are paying for it. Now they all want to come, and I said fine. The ex-wife, the ex-mother-in-law, make sure that me and my daughter don't have too good of a time, right? Anyway, it'll be more fun. I dig it. I dig it. So I'm going to go ahead and guess. No problem. Hey, sweetie, no problem. It wasn't me. That's why I didn't know. Good thing y'all told me, because I would have followed the channel and y'all know what I would have done. All right. I'm going to guess. I'm going to throw something out there. Has anyone guessed 54 yet? $51.5 million. Kathy. I'm going to go up and look. No one's guessed 54. I just like that number tonight. 53, Dr. Joey, and 450. He's like so like me. I'm going to say 54 and 550. Damn, DJ. All right, let's get to the bottom of this, shall we? Let's get to the bottom of this. 49. Y'all tell me who won. I know I didn't. Stoffel the Badger in with 49. I think he cheated. He didn't give us a number as far as what he worked for. Stoff! The man in the house. Tiffany, quit misbehaving. All right. Real quick, guys. Everyone knows it's the Garlock fault system here, a major fault system. That's where the Walker Lane's going to run from Seattle down to the Sea of Cortez, not the Gulf of California. California has nothing to do with this area. And all this bunch here is due to, this is one of the 4 areas in the Western Hemisphere where the plates don't connect. And this is a major plate. This is a North American plate, Pacific plate boundary. Salton Sea, where they actually did the practice runs on Little Boy and Big Boy, the 2 atomic bombs, not nuclear bombs. Remember, nuclear bombs are 100 times stronger than atomic bombs. Splitting the atom and nucleus are 2 different things, right? All this is happening right up here. Sierra List, Ridgecrest, little whatever, Sierra List. See if we can get Ridgecrest. Well, all this is happening. I want y'all to really take a look at this. This is Yellowstone right here. And I want y'all to see the magma flow. And where did it stop? Where did it stop? When it hit this other volcano. This is 30 times bigger than Yellowstone. It's called Wawa Springs. And by the end of the summer, Wawa Springs will be on fire in a circle. I'm expecting Washington and Oregon to catch on fire, but maybe not. We've had some very strong fronts come through, and we've got several more coming. Fracking. See the depth? This is going to be a salt mine, believe it or not, guys. Yep, it's going to be a salt mine right there. Probably. That's the best case scenario. I don't see any drilling operations. A bit of a mystery here. What is this white smoke here? Do y'all see this? The heck is this? What in the heck is this? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? There's a fire here, but gosh, real-time fires on, I think we're still on USGS. This will be a first. Hey, God bless you, His real lights. Thank you. I'm tired. You know I'm tired. You know, today I woke up with no bottled water and I wasn't going to drink coffee out of tap water, so I went with no coffee today. Probably the first time in 3 or 4 years I went and bought a bunch of water today, though. I went with no coffee. It was tough. I think my voice sounded better, though. Well, at first. All right, let's get going. Let's get moving. I wanted to show y'all, these fires have all been set today in the greater Los Angeles and the Valley area. The Valley girls and South Central did y'all see my video that they're now stealing fire hydrants for the brass and the other steel that they can, sell at scrapyards? And they don't mind if they try to weld the fire hydrants on in South Central. They gave us the 4 neighborhoods, and I showed you they were right there around Compton. And these fires, they all started today. If I move in just a little bit more, these fires are all still burning from today and yesterday. I mean, if you want to be a fireman and want a job security situation, move to Los Angeles, right? Move to Los Angeles. What a shit show. They're stealing all the fire hydrants, so when you get there, you can't put the fire out anyway, right? Can't put the fire out anyway. They even use their trucks to back over them to try to break the screws. They're welding the screws. They're still stealing every fire hydrant. Also in the valley, right? This is the only place you're going to see this crap happening. Only in California, right? Until, look at this, all the way up California. New fires everywhere. It's a fire warning. This is a red flag warning, right? Look, this is a volcano right in the middle of the valley right there. Right there. Under a fire warning. So this is about to get down and ugly. I knew it was going to. They really want fires throughout our beautiful timber areas here in Oregon and Washington. I pray that they're not able to succeed, but let's just say that I don't have the power to stop them, or I would. We do see some fires burning from yesterday. This is San Francisco here, Palo Alto Valley here, Oakland here, Sacramento here, Stockton, one of the most that's where, who's that little fighter? He's like never lifted a weight in his life. Diaz, he actually follows us. I talked to him. He said he didn't want to be known. Nick Diaz follows his channel, guys. I swear y'all he does. I already spoke to him about it. I knew it was him. But I actually called him, and he was cool. He said, hey, it's not good for business to follow my channel. I said, I understand that. All right, these are all fires in the valley here. Stockton. I never stayed in Stockton. I'd stay in nicer areas like Tracy. I drilled 72 wells out there in California and did 3 3D shoots. So I've spent way too much time in California. They hate me out there. They hate anyone in oil and gas, although they get in their big trucks and drive off after they flip you off for being in oil and gas. Good thing they weren't here in Texas. I would have shot their finger off, right? All right, this is Wawa Springs, and y'all can see, look, starting to light up. See all the fires starting? See the red flag warnings? Big fires as well. Well, mostly contained, but 11,000 acres. Fire warning, and this is it will be a perfect circle around Wawa Springs. We're just getting started here, right? The fun's just beginning. Let's take a look, see if there's anything else. I guess there's stuff on the New Madrid catching on fire, which is very scary. This is the main part of the New Madrid right here where it laps over. And New Madrid, Missouri is right here on top of all these fires. What in the heck is going on here? Trust me, I know where I'm at. What in the heck is going on here? Why all these fires in the New Madrid right here? Very, very worrisome. That's what this whole thing is here. And it really goes up to Lake Erie after that. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if Boston's still on fire, or if after Dan left, there are no fires. How strange. Let's see if there's any fires down on the Florida coast, Dan. Huh? God? You out there? This will scare me if they're it's going to be a little bit north of that. All right, it looks pretty clean, Dan. Hopefully you've been keeping your matches in your pocket. I used to tease him all the time because that was the only other town that was on fire. All right. Look at the PM 2.5, the deadliest particulate known to man. Where's it coming from? All these damn volcanoes erupting from Mexico City all the way through Guadalajara, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nicaragua. We saw them all. Now we see the product. The deadliest gaseous particulate known to man, and even 1 nanogram per meter cubed is not safe. Look, I moved my location to Dallas here for this video. I'm not in Dallas, obviously. But, well, maybe not obviously, but I'm in Dallas. I mean, drag to change. I can drag it? That's awesome. I don't need to do that. I'm fine in Dallas. You get what you pay for, right? Anyway, a lot of PM 2.5, they've turned out there's no safe levels of particulates. The circles are federal buildings. These triangles, 55 parts per million, where 10 parts per million increases your lung cancer percentage by 36%, according to who? It's the other computer that Microsoft decided they would update without my permission. I just told them I didn't want Windows 11 or they'd go to court again. They didn't do that. They updated 10. You know, if y'all take the Windows 11 update, you have to pay them yearly. All right, so all the triangles here, guys, are mobile units. And regularly there's 13 to 17 mobile units. I see 1. And this is Yellowstone right here. I guess it's around Wawa Springs here. There's another one there in green. This is all coming up probably. And we'll take a look at this. Let's back up here. All this is coming from these volcanoes. All these fires and all these volcanoes erupting in Central America. The lower Central Plains here and most of the southeast is covered in PM 2.5. No, I mean huge levels, but remember, just 10 parts per million, where this is 62. 10 increase your lung cancer percentage by 36%. We're not even supposed to go out, our TV says, okay? It even told my dad and mom that over in Mississippi on the beach. Don't go out. I told them why. They had to go look up what PM 2.5 was today. I said, you mean y'all don't watch my channel? Bastards. All right. You know, I'm just having fun, right? Hopefully. Hey, his real lights. Lots of love to you. Appreciate the tip. The tar and poison oak. What does that mean? Scary. I know they marked the map not to go outside. Air quality problems. I will show you all that. All right, y'all can see Wawa Springs. Everything you see here is a fire over 1,000 acres or 404 hectares still burning. This is GOES, but there's another camera that faces. This is Landsat here. Landsat passes. They're finding more heat right on top of the New Madrid than anywhere. Another Landsat pass right here. You can see it. They're finding more heat right on top of the New Madrid than anywhere. And we saw all those fires right on top of the New Madrid. Landsat pass. Not finding any heat. Finding a little bit of heat between Oregon and Washington here on a Landsat pass. Every single thing you see here is 1,000 acres or more. And we can see that British Columbia and Alberta, the Northwest Territories really cleaned up. I know they had a lot of rain and stuff. It looks like Manitoba's got a couple big fires. And then into the U.S., we've got something in Wyoming here, 1,100 acres. And that's today. This is just the last 24 hours we're looking at here. Let me prove it to y'all. 24 hours right there. So I've set all this up. And this is Wawa Springs. See all the 1,000-acre fires being reported around Wawa Springs, 30 times bigger than Yellowstone right here. And here we have 2 fires. I wonder why that one's coming up. I must have grabbed a smaller one. It's only 575 acres. Let's see what this one is. 1,756 acres. I must have grabbed something smaller because this is only supposed to be 1,000 acres or bigger to make that. Now down here, what we got? 1,400 acres. And we'll zoom in real quick. That's Los Angeles. This is going to be the Bear Fire in the valley. And we saw all these fires already on the other setup. And then, of course, I told y'all this entire Wawa Springs caldera is going to be on fire. Sooner rather than later. All right, this is Goes Firms. And if anyone knows the answer to this, please let me know. You can see the east side of the U.S. is much hotter with much more fires than Washington, Oregon, or California. It's the first time I remember ever seeing anything like this. And these have a lot to do with the volcanic action. My question is this. Why, right here, watch the latitude, longitude. Why is there never a fire on the equator, no matter where you go, right on the equator here? There's just never a fire. See if I can get it right there. Never a fire on the equator. They're below. Look, they're below. Watch that latitude, longitude. I'm a little bit high. Oh, it's right there. So look, no fires ever on the equator. I don't understand. Does anyone have that answer for me? Very, very strange indeed. All right, let's see what we got here. This is, let's update this. It's been a minute. They are trying to get things started here in Lubbock. There was a tornado on the ground in Oklahoma here, but it looks man-made to me. It really did, and all this stuff is, look, see the brown? See the brown? That's when they ionize the atmosphere, and you see irregular lightning here. Ionize means to heat up, right? To heat up the atmosphere. And that's what they're doing throughout this. This is a shout out for Teresa here. Tomorrow you're in the paint. See the brown up under here? All the irregular lightning here? All the brown coming out, showing itself after you see the irregular amounts of lightning. See the brown right here and here? See the brown coming out from behind? This is them using techniques, not HARP. Don't say HARP. HARP was built in 1984, sold to the University of Alaska in 87 or 89. They don't use that crap anymore. It's old technology, old. See the brown coming out right there? SPX1 or something via satellite, right? To heat the ionosphere. HARP is such old news. It's, what, 30, 40 years old? And some people said HARP, like Dutch sense. No sense, excuse me. It's not HARP. HARP is a 40-year-old ancient piece of equipment. They've moved far, far along by now. All right, this is for Miss Teresa, really. I know where you're at here. So you're in play. Looks like everything. See the brown they're laying down? Are you getting rainfall or is Miss Teresa online? Magma flow there. Volcano somewhere down there in Georgia. There is a volcano in Georgia. I read about it this week, believe it or not. There's actually volcanoes all throughout Texas, New Mexico, Colorado. And then when we jump over the East Coast, there's also volcanoes, at least 3 or 4 of them, that have erupted in the last 10,000 years. Nothing traumatic. Off the coast of Boston, there's several volcanoes that run right into Boston and New York, a volcanic ridge that you can't see on this map. But Teresa, you are in the paint, if you will, for the tornado watch tomorrow. All right, guys. Miss Teresa, if you have something you want to read, just call in. You know, I'll move the phone over here so I don't miss the call. Always love a good reading. I want to show y'all, if y'all are ever worried about how terrible it is here, and it's going to get rough if y'all watch my hurricane update. Look at this thing forming here, and we're going to see something forming here. And everything is going to meet this coming through when you have a real tropical low and then a subtropical low meeting on the Central Plains here on Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be just a terrible, terrible show. And I want to show y'all real quick. Hey, Miss Teresa.
Good evening.
Hey, we're live. I need your permission to take you live.
You got it.
All right, let me show them one quick thing and then we'll move on. So, guys, so this is what's headed right for me, of course. And then the Central Plains, it's going to blow up either Monday or Tuesday. This looks like Tuesday, perhaps. And then y'all will see this form. Watch this. This is going to form just like they said it is. Gosh, it looks like it's going to hit Houston for 4 or 5 days. This is Wednesday. Watch this form, and then watch it jump over Florida the other direction. And also, watch it. Here it goes. Tropical storm. It's ending up in the Gulf.
It's going the wrong way.
It's going the right way. That's where the winds are going. Look. I mean, not the way we want it to go, right? Now, it looks like the Gulf of Mexico is going to be spewing out tornadoes.
Are those two going to join?
You know what? By that time, we've already been hit by this one. This is actually another one they're predicting for this week, coming off the Yucatan Peninsula as well.
That's crazy.
So these two could join for sure. And the problem with all that is these subtropical lows that they call highs coming through, they're going to blow the Central Plains, especially the South Central Plains. Good for you, right? They're going to blow them up. Monday and Tuesday, guys, probably most of the day.
Nebraska got hit hard today.
I have actually, look, I have that pulled up right here. Nebraska. There's 9 of them. I already counted them.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Yeah, nothing outside of...
Everybody in the path of these storms.
Well, I will say there was no property damage according to University of Michigan and no life damage that would be read, right?
Very, very good news.
That is, especially with 9 tornadoes in Nebraska there. They went around like Omaha and all the Sioux Falls, Sioux City, all the majors. So, hey, let's open the book.
Okay. Bam! First Peter.
All right. Do I type in Peter 1 or First Peter?
1 Peter 1.
1 Peter, that sounds crazy. Hold on.
1 Peter 1.
So I don't know how this works, and I really don't know a lot about Peter, so.
Let's see who Peter was.
All right, guys, let's make sure I'm in the right place. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ? Is that what you have?
Very good, yes.
All right, I'm going to let you have it. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ.
To God's elect, strangers in the world, scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, Bithynia, who have been chosen accordingly to the foreknowledge of God the Father through the sanctifying work of the Spirit for obedience to Jesus Christ in sprinkling by his blood. Grace and peace be yours in abundance. Praise to God for a living hope. Praise be to the God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead and into an inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade, kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power until the coming of the salvation that is ready to be revealed in the last time. In this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that your faith of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may be proved genuine and may result in a praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed.
But
though
not...
you have not seen him, you love him. And even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy, for you are receiving the goal of your faith, the salvation of your souls. Concerning this salvation, the prophets who spoke of grace that was to come to you searched intently and with the greatest of care, trying to find out the time and circumstances to which the Spirit of Christ in them was pointing when he predicted the sufferings of Christ and the glories that would follow. It was revealed to them that when they were not serving themselves, but you, when they spoke of these things that you have been told, you by those who have preached the gospel to you by the Holy Spirit sent from heaven, even angels long to look to these things. Be holy, therefore prepare your minds for action. Be self-controlled, set your hope fully on the grace to be given you when Jesus Christ is revealed. As obedient children, do not conform to the evil desires you have had when you lived in ignorance. But just as he who called you is holy, so be holy in all that you do. For it is written, be holy because I am holy. Since you call on a Father who judges each man's work impartially, live your lives as strangers here in the reverent fear, for you know that it is not with perishable things such as silver and gold that you were redeemed from your empty way of life, handed down to you from your forefathers, but with the precious blood of Christ, a lamb, without blemish or defect. He was chosen before the creation of the world, but was revealed in these last times for your sake. Through him, you believe in God, who has raised him from the dead and glorified him. And so your faith and hope are in God. Now that you have purified yourselves by obeying the truth, so that you have sincere love for your brothers, love for one another deeply from the heart. For you have been born again, not by perishable seed, but by imperishable, through the living and enduring word of God. For all men are like grass, and all their glory is like the flowers in the field. The grass withers, and the flowers fall, but the word of the Lord stands forever. And this is the word that was preached to you. Amen.
Amen. What a great read. You're a very, very great reader. And, you know...
That was a big one.
You make it seem so short to me. That was
a lot of message. Woo.
I know. No mistakes from you. Yes, all people like grass. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke. But,
no, I'm a flower.
I was just totally kidding. But hey, I did want to talk to you about tomorrow. You see, you got a bunch of crap headed your way, right?
Thank you for that. Thank you. No, I didn't see.
Well, just keep...
We don't have anything in our forecast.
I'm about to show y'all because I have it pulled up. You did just, and I saw it, and I thank you for that very much. Well, I actually have the formal National Weather Service that says you're gonna get hit, and I know exactly kind of where you're at, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Well, just make sure you know. Have a nice Father's Day. Hey, tomorrow. God bless you. I'm going with my daughter. God bless you. And my ex-wife. Y'all get some good food tomorrow, and Jared will be grilling for sure. Come on. He's a griller. If I could drive 1,000 miles, I'd be there. I know. Enjoy your family. Happy Father's Day. Tell your husband Happy Father's Day, please. I will do that. God bless you. God bless you. Good night. She's awesome. Awesome part of the channel. So yes, she lives off the Mississippi over here, guys, and they're really in the crapola tomorrow. And as you can see, it looks like we have a third tropical storm. Not the one that's going to start Sunday or Monday here. Look, watch. And see it meeting. Look, meeting here in the Central Plains. Houston's about to get killed because it's going to get 1, 2, and then a third one. Look at all the wind flow goes right into where I am. And I feel terrible for the people in the central southern plains here. This is going to hit first. That's Monday, if y'all can see this down here. And then Tuesday, I mean, we have heavy circulation. They're only calling for like 50 mile per hour winds. It may be a tropical storm, maybe its first name tropical storm. I think that's Alberto or something. But the problem is here is the Central Plains and that subtropical low coming off. That's going to be a huge problem. And again, if y'all ever think that y'all have it bad, move down to the southern. Move down to the southern hemisphere and get some taste of what's really going on this globe. That's going to be 100 miles per hour over right there. Going to be high. Why? This has been happening in the southern hemisphere for what, 2 years now? This is crazy, folks. Crazy. If y'all don't think this is crazy, y'all aren't paying attention, right? We call it a cyclone. So someone had to question me, what's the difference between a cyclone and a hurricane? Does anyone know? I had to go find out. I won't lie to you guys. I thought a cyclone was in the southern hemisphere, but that's incorrect. It's actually in the western Pacific versus the eastern Pacific or the Atlantic. And all of them, I guess, are named cyclones in the southern hemisphere. But when you're feeling bad about what we've got going on up here, 90% of all people live at I don't have my latitude and longitude up. All people, 90% of all humans live at 30% north latitude or higher. Isn't that wild? Which kind of runs through about here. 30% or higher. 30 degrees latitude or higher, 90% of all humans live north of that. All right, this is our PM 2.5. You can see the southern states just getting killed by it. Looks like a combo from the sandstorms over here, the lows coming, subtropical lows, and there's nothing spinning like it should be. Obviously, that's counterclockwise, which means it's a subtropical low, and they're going to call it a high. This is, I don't even know if it's spinning, but look how low they're coming in. They're coming into California when they used to come into Alaska, move their way down through the Northwest Territory into Alberta, then into Washington, Oregon, California, and then go across to the whole. Now look at the Caribbean. What's coming? This is, they say, the sandstorms off the Sahara because it's so dry over there. And look at this weird bump here. And you can see this is right now today. All these southern states like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, of course, Georgia, South Carolina, they're all full with PM 2.5. Most of this is really coming from these volcanoes erupting in Central America. We'll play through this, but guys, this is hectic because the levels are deadly. Remember, just 10 micrograms per meter cubed increases your lung cancer percentage, according to WHO, I wouldn't say it, and the International Association of Research on Cancer, by 36%. Let's see if we can get this going a little bit. I mean, that is going slow. So Florida is going to take it again, and the next storm's going to come over the northern part and go into the Gulf. It looks like Houston is going to take 3 hits. That's what they have. I've got spaghetti models I put out earlier. The 7 p.m. National Hurricane Center report I did put out. If y'all go check it out. I want y'all to watch all the videos today and share them, because I go through thousands of stories a day to pick out the top 10 stories each day. And I do it because I hope that you guys 35 nanograms per meter cubed when 10 increase your lung cancer percentage. That's just Monday. I'm going to show y'all something here. I've shown y'all, all my subscribers know. These are 2 volcanoes here. That's a volcano right there. And they're spewing PM 2.5. They're awakening here. And I'll let you watch. This is the Sea of Cortez. That's the Salton Sea. Not the Gulf of whatever. What is causing that? That is the real question here. Watch it. It spews off of this. These are 2 volcanoes I did a report on. 1, 2, right here. And this is also a volcano that's been very active. Every day it spews PM 2.5 into Arizona, mostly into Arizona. You can see that. Into Phoenix and north of there. And it gets caught in the valley here as well. And just so you guys know, wow, look at the Pacific. That's that. Let's take a look. That's a nightmare. Even Catalina Island is a volcano. Just want everyone to know. I'm going to update this because it's been a minute. We had some tornadoes on the ground earlier. I know several on the ground earlier. It looks like we only have supercells currently, no tornadoes on the ground. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. I was going to show you this. Is the biggest supercell I've ever seen. It's probably expired now. We'll update it. That was the biggest. It's still there. It's the biggest supercell I've ever seen. It's like 100 miles from end to end. And look how powerful the colors are. They're here. They're Cat 3, Cat 4 colors here. And nothing's moved. I just updated it. Y'all saw that. If y'all are in North Dakota, which very few people are, let's see if we have anything on the ground. We did have, is that a tornado? That's flashing. I'll dumb down the whole successfully reconnected. They just killed running 2 computers here. Tomorrow, I wanted to point this out. It's probably going to be north of Miss Teresa, but this goes from Wyoming all the way through South Dakota into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, etc. And then Monday, now this is by Tuesday, this whole thing is going to be tornadoes. And I'm making a call right now, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is going to all be tornadoes because this is going to push up and this is going to push down. It's going to be a shit show come Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And hey, they don't call me always right for no reason, okay? Of course, they were angry that I was always right, because it means money when you're a futures trader, but that was my nickname. I got fired because I lost $1 million in an hour playing video golf in '87. Hey, live and learn. So these have all happened today. There's really only nine today, and 12 over the last 3 days. But all of them have no property damage and no damage whatsoever. So we've really been blessed. But we're not going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Northern Florida, Florida Panhandle, all of the Gulf Coast states need to wake up here. It's about to get fast and furious here. It really is. It's going to be terribly hectic. Terribly hectic. I hope my parents here at our beach house are fun. So, with that said, we will be back. We will be back. Is there anything that y'all wanna know about tonight? Y'all let me know. Has anyone bought me a cup of coffee? I haven't heard the thing go. I can't believe I put out 15 hours of work a day and no one buys me a single cup of coffee and not a single super chat. All these other people, they throw money at them and they work for like 10 minutes a day. I must be doing something wrong. All right, lots of love to you guys. We will be back here in about 15 minutes. Thank you for a talk you did. God bless you. No rewind. What does that mean? I'm about to get rid of you, PayPal me. I'm the kind of guy that don't take no shit, right? I put up a big sign in front of my house saying, Gabriel, get your shit out of my garbage can or I'm going to kick your ass. And guess what? The sign's gone and the shit's out of the garbage can. And everywhere I go, well, I treat people fairly if they treat me fairly. You don't pull that jackass New Jersey crap down here, or you're gonna pay, and it's not gonna be a fist fight either, right? Remember that, ladies and gentlemen that want to move to Texas. In Austin, if your car has California plates, they beat it with sledgehammers while you're sleeping. That's the truth, okay? We don't want any. Fix what you screwed up. Grow where you're planted, etc., 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 etc. God bless, guys. We're going to be back soon with a quick update. Probably a space weather update. I think you can always rewind on a live video by just hitting the marker where it's red. You can always on a live video do it. I'm an advanced Google developer. My SEO scores are 100. My back end is 100%. So you won't be seeing any of these comments or any of this crap. So don't waste your time. With that said, God bless. We'll be back soon. Lots of love to each and every one of y'all. I'm still waiting to hear that cup of coffee. Dr. Joey took care of us last night. It's someone else's turn to buy a cup of coffee. God bless you guys. Please stay safe. Remember, we got hurricanes, we got tornadoes, we got nuclear war in play. All the Republicans voted against your children, except for 3 of them. Now, I've outlined those 3 people in my story. It's funny, even Zero Hedge covered it 2 days later. Fox covered it today. James covers everything 2 days before everyone, as it comes over my PR Newswire, or AP Foreign Newswire, or Reuters Newswire. I pay for all those for future trading. So I get the information first. Because 1 penny is $100 or $1,000, depending on the size of your contract. 1 penny with futures. So I've got to have the news. Lots of love. We'll see you back soon. We'll try to be back by 11:20. I'm going to do a quick package. Lots of love. God bless. Share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible in bizarre-ass world.